Hey guys, Chaz here. Alright, you should be looking at the front page of your blog right now. If you went up to your address bar and typed in your domain name and hit enter on your keyboard, this is what you should see, or something very similar to this. This is just the default page that comes with WordPress when you install it on your domain. Okay, no big deal. It's plain Jane and simple, but we're going to change that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go behind the scenes of the blog, so to speak. We're going to go to our dashboard, and we're going to make a couple of changes to some configuration items, and then we're going to make a blog post. Okay, it's super simple. It won't take long at all, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so back up here to the address bar where you typed in your domain name. Right after your domain name, you need to type in /wp-admin. So right after your domain name, type in /wp-admin, okay, and hit enter. Alright, you should see this page. This is your WordPress login page. This is an essential page because it keeps people from getting into your blog and being able to post things or change things around on your blog without your permission. Okay, so with your credentials that you received after you installed WordPress on your blog, you should have gotten a username and a password. So go ahead and type those in right now. Mine are already in there. So type in your username and password from your WordPress credentials and then click Login. Okay, boom, here we are. This is the inside of your blog. This is your blog dashboard, or you can call it the WordPress dashboard. Right here, this is called the Welcome to WordPress panel, and there are several things on this little panel that you will probably use a lot, like write your first blog post or add an about page, and you can even use this icon to click on and go view your site. As well, you can also go over here to my blog and visit site and click on that, and you will go to the front page of your blog as well. Either one works, okay? And a couple other things over here you might want to use. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do some quick configuration. We're going to go over here to this panel and go all the way down to settings. We're going to go up here and we're going to start at the first one. We're going to click on General. And there's really nothing to change in here. This is just, again, general settings about the date format of your post and the time format of your posts. Right here, the site title of your blog goes there. And if you want a tagline for your blog, you would type that in right there, okay? All right, let's now go to the second one, and it is writing. And again, just a few things you can look at that make minor tweaks to what you see when you're setting up a blog post. But the only one you really need to worry about is this right here. If there's not this address in here that says Ping-O-Matic, if it's blank or something else is in there, they need to change that. 99% of the time this is already filled in for you, okay? But just check and make sure that this has a little web address with Ping-O-Matic in it. What that does is it just notifies the blog search engines every time you post a new blog post, okay? So going back over here, we're going to go to the reading section, okay? And again, this just has a few little things you can tweak and change. The only one that I would really think about changing is this one. It says blog pages show at most 4 posts. A lot of times when your WordPress is new, this will say 10, okay? 10 posts, in my opinion, is an awful lot to show on the front page of a blog. So I usually limit mine to 4. I think that's enough. Some of my blogs where I have very, very lengthy blog posts, I've even shortened that to 3, okay? This one right here, I'd go ahead and leave that 10, and everything else I'd leave the way that it is, okay? And we're going to save that change. We're going to keep that at 4. Then back over here and the discussion section. Again, I really wouldn't change anything in here. The only thing you might want to change is this right here, default avatar. What that means is when somebody puts a comment on your blog, okay, I like to click this one people on the internet have things called gravatars. You sign up for it, and that's a whole other thing we can talk about later. But a lot of people use a gravatar logo when they cruise around on the internet and make comments on people's blog, etc. And it's usually a cute little picture of themselves or something that brands their site. I like to click on this and allow people to show their gravatar logo. Okay, but again, it's not essential. There's not essential to really change anything on this page. You can look at it and decide for yourself, but right now when your blog is new and you're not really going to be getting a lot of comments, I would just leave these settings the way they are, to be honest with you. Okay, so we'll go over here to Save Changes. Okay, and then the next one, well, we skip media. There's really nothing to do on that one. And then permalinks. This one's kind of important, so let's click on this. Is the last configuration item we're going to look at. Okay, right here, common settings, permalink settings, common settings. Right now, when your blog is fresh and WordPress is just installed, the day and name setting is going to be clicked. Okay, and what that means is when you type in and create a blog post and then publish it, the way it's going to be listed is the name of your blog post is going to be here, and it's going to be preceded by the date that you published that blog post. And the problem I have with that is if your blog is kind of an ongoing entity and it's fluid and it's dynamic, you may want to go back to your blog posts every now and then and spruce them up or change some information or add to them. Okay, and the problem with that is if you have it set up this way with this setting, every time you update it, it's still going to show the date that you originally published the blog post. And you know, if you published it in 2014 and now it's 2016 and you updated it and made it, you know, super relevant, well, somebody may not be interested in it when they search it on the internet because they're going to think it's 2 years old. So instead, I go down here and I click on Post Name. And that way, all it shows is in the address bar, or when it comes up in a search result, it'll show the name of your blog and then the name of the post. And that's really a lot better situation to be in. Okay, so that's the only thing I would really change here, but it's kind of important. So we'll go down here to Save Changes. Okay, and that's really all the settings configuration that I would worry about doing right now. So let's go back to the dashboard. And now let's talk about making our first blog post. Okay? Now to make our first blog post, we can either click on this one, write your first blog post right here on this Welcome to WordPress panel, or we can go over here to Posts and then down to Add New. Okay? Either way, it's no big deal. Since we're right here, let's just click on Write Your First Blog Post. Okay, here we are. This is your blog post creation screen. Okay, this is where you're going to type your blog post. This first box right here is where the title of your blog post goes. And this larger box right here is where the body of your blog post goes. Okay. Now before we get started here, one thing I want to show you is this little icon right here. It's called the kitchen sink. I like to click on that and have that open. That just gives me all the different options that are available to me. It puts them all right in front of my eyes, and I like to have that open. Okay, whether I use them or not, I just like them to be there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a quick blog post. We'll type in a title. How about Welcome to my blog? Not blog. Blog. Okay. So we got our blog title. All right, and right here we'll type in the body of our blog. Okay, so basically anything you can do with any basic word processing program like Microsoft Word or WordPress, etc. Anything you can do with those, any of the basic features in those programs, you can do with WordPress, because basically WordPress is a word processing program. So for example, if you want to make something bold, you just highlight it and click bold. Okay, or you can italicize it. All right, you can strike through stuff. All right. If you want to move this word down a line. It's just like in any other processing program. Just click before it and hit enter. Okay, and it'll go down a line. Okay, and then you can add media by clicking this add media button. You can put in videos, you can put in pictures, you can put in music. Alright, so for example, real quickly, let's just go ahead and add a picture to our blog post. I'm going to go down one line here, and I'm going to click on add media. Okay, this insert media page then opens up, and in order to post some kind of a picture on your blog post, you have to first get it into WordPress. So the way you do that is you can go select files, and that'll open up folders on your computer, or you can go to here. You can insert a photo from a URL, okay? Or if you already have some things that you've loaded for other blog posts, and you want to use an image that you already have in WordPress, you can go to your media library and do that. Now, I have already loaded an image into the media library, so if we click on media library, we'll see the image right here. And if we click on that image, okay, and then go over here and click insert into post, boom, there it is. Okay, we now have the image in our blog post. Okay, so when you're done and you're sure you got your blog post exactly the way you want it, it's time to publish that blog post to the world. So we just move right over here to this blue button that says publish, and we click publish. It'll take a few seconds, and now we look at the top and it says post published. Alright, if you want to see what that post looks like on the front page of your blog, you can click view post, or alternatively you can just go over here to my blog and go down to visit site and click on that, and that'll take you to the front page of your blog. Let's do that. Okay, here we are. As you can see, it's a little different than it was before. We now have a title of a blog post, a picture, and a little simple blog post on there. This whole thing is our blog post, and that's on there. Okay. Now, if you notice, there's another post right under it. This is the default post that comes with WordPress. It's already on there. We need to get rid of that, so let me show you how to get rid of that. Okay. We'll go back over here and up to my blog, and then we'll go to dashboard. Click on that. Then go down to posts, and then to all posts. Click on that. Alright, right here, hello world. This was that post that we want to get rid of. So to dump that thing, it's real easy. We just go here and click on the red trash button. And it's gone. Go back up here, visit site, and there we go. It's off. And here is our new blog post with no other thing below it. And we're off and running and ready to roll.